We are live and we are going to wait for Megan. Hey, Matthew. For Megan to join. Just got here a little early so that people could get. Hey, there's Megan.
Hey,
Hey! How are you?
good. How are you?
Good. It's like 10 p.m. where you are right
It is 10 p.m. I've realised the light in this room isn't very good. It's got a dimmer at least, so I've dimmed it down slightly, so I'm not kind of highlighted in all the wrong places, which is a very female thing to say. Very womanly thing to worry about.
now. Yeah, the things we have to worry about, right?
How are you? How was your morning?
Good. I'm trying to fix
Good.
the angle on my thing. No, it went well. I was really proud. So all of you guys, Megan and I were chatting super early this morning about what we were going to talk about today. And my daughter was getting ready for school by herself. She's 7. I'm really proud of her. She did it all herself, and she even got
She
her.
did. She even did her braid herself. Her hair. It looked amazing. I had
Yeah,
no way I could have done that at her age. I was actually very proud of her, and I don't even know her, so I thought that was pretty special because I could not have done that at my age, at her age.
yeah, I know. And then she even got her 3-year-old sister up and ready. And I mean, I don't even know. I'm out of a job, so
More time for writing.
yeah, yeah, or sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So, oh yeah, this is recording. Duh. Oh God, one of those days. Um, but as you guys know, we have to reschedule the live time break
Mhm.
we're originally going to do. Brandy had other things come up, so they're rescheduling the middle or the end of the month. So
I think the middle. I think it's the 19th. I think Sky's on here, but it's the Saturday the 19th. I think it's rescheduled for.
yeah, I think so. So we're still going to have it. It's still going to be great. We've just moved it, and so Megan and I wanted to take this opportunity to just kind of get your guys' advice and kind of tell you what we have planned for what this challenge has turned into, what we want to do, and we definitely want to get your advice and input because this isn't just our thing, it's the writing community's thing.
Yeah.
Did you want to add anything to that?
No, it's really, yeah, it's about you guys. I think is the key message here. We started this up. It feels like a while ago now, but this is only our second month doing it. And we started up because we wanted to kind of create a community on Instagram for writers. I know it's kind of been there and with all the challenges that have been happening, it's kind of joining people together under the different genres, but we wanted to build a community for kind of actual writers of any genre to get involved and to kind of network, meet other writers, talk about the craft, talk about the books they love, etc. But the most important thing is the community. We're just kind of here to serve you guys, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, oh, and then Sky replied, the Brandy Sky Live will be on the 19th, you're right, and then 10
Perfect.
standard time.
Perfect.
But one thing that Megan and I were talking about was just, this started out as a monthly challenge last month in August. And that's definitely what we planned and what we thought that we would be doing. But we are quickly, all 4 of us are quickly realizing that this is turning into so much more than just a monthly
Mm.
challenge. And so we want to, we want to adapt to that as much as we can. So what that's looking like to us is we're going to kind of get away from the challenge idea. We're still going to we still daily prompts, but like Megan was talking about earlier, you're getting a lot of people that,
Yeah.
but what are those people messaging you?
So usually around the beginning of the month, and I'd love to hear we've got kind of 8 people on. I'd love to hear your guys' views on this as well. But I've been getting quite a few people kind of message me and say, I can't join because I can't post every day. And I get that. Until like a few months ago, I was only posting kind of once a week because it's hard to fit it in with your daily life, etc. We can't always be on Instagram all the time posting every single day. And I the only thing I worry about the challenge aspect is that it presents this kind of almost pressure that it's a challenge to post every day. And if you don't post every day, you're not a part of it. And that's why this idea of kind of doing, you know, writing community prompts, almost like prompt suggestions, kind of relieve that pressure off of people to feel like it's a challenge. Because I think the whole challenge here is really challenging yourself on kind of to think about your writing more, and to kind of expand your writing and to network with new authors, and to challenge yourself to speak about yourself and self-promote. But I'm not sure that always gets across. I think people think it's a challenge to post every single day. And I find myself repeating myself quite a lot at the beginning of the month, saying, don't worry, guys, you don't have to post every day. It's super chilled, very relaxed, just post when you want. So it'd be really interesting of the people who are actually on here to kind of find out how they feel about this idea of it being a challenge, or if actually having it set up as like prompts is actually a kind of a nicer way to approach it, and positions it in actually the way we want it to be seen, which is, here are a load of daily prompts we've put out for you. You know, the idea is to get you thinking about your story, thinking about your characters, thinking about your writing, and you can join in 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week. You can use it to plan all your prompts out in advance, which is what I do. The only way I post every single day is because I write them all in advance, and that helps me kind of stay on top of things. So I'd be really interested in to kind of hear what people feel about that.
Yeah, and so yeah, Wannabe Writer says, I like this month. It feels more like rituals than challenges.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's awesome, because
Yeah.
that's went ahead. More of what we did this month, I think, is more the flavor that we want to continue in the coming months. And so I think the easiest way to think about it would be exactly like this month, more or less, and then we're just changing the name.
Yeah, it's prompts as opposed to challenge, and just taking away that challenge aspect, as in kind of, you know, it's not a challenge, it's just suggestions. And I think Elizabeth's also just said the prompts are great because even if I don't post, I can still take part in my community. Yeah. Exactly. Like, if all you want to do is take part in Mondays where we do vision boards because vision boards are your thing and that's what you love, great. If all you want to do is set yourself a goal every Sunday and post it on Instagram because you want to hold yourself accountable to it by telling everyone that's your goal, and interact with people in the other weeks with different stuff, great. I think that's the whole point. It's just kind of like giving the community a flavor for what they could be posting, for what they might want to post, we're there behind you kind of thing. And you know, and I'm just seeing Miss Infinity has said, I'm doing 3 different challenges now, just do whichever one has a prompt. I like, exactly. And I think that's the thing. But I think other people have found that maybe because of this word challenge, they don't want to get involved at all if they feel like they can't take part in every single day. Or so I think it's just maybe rebranding the idea of what it is to be something a little bit more user friendly, I think. So it's, and also there's a lot of challenges about now as well. I think trying to position it as something which is has a bit more longevity. It's not like here for a month then it's gone next month. It's like we will set these as part of all the big ideas we have for kind of the next 6 months and beyond. We want to be able to kind of set these prompts out for you every month to just make it a bit easier to engage with the community. So again, it's like that serving you kind of element.
Yeah, and you know, the bottom line of the when we created it was to build, and you've heard us say this several times before, was to build the writing community here on Instagram, to create those connections and make it feel more like a familiar place that you're at, that you're a part of the family, you're a part of the group, you're not just looking on the, you know, from outside in.
Yeah.
Like Matthew said, like he says, even just participating in conversation, I'm getting to meet a lot here, and that's what this is all about. You know, it is creating that environment where we can. And you know, we've all 4 of us are on the same page, Megan, Sydney, Sky, and I, where we are in this for the long haul. We're not in this just for a month and we'll see if we'll do it again next month or next month. We want to make this as big as it can be. We want to grow it, and we're all ambitious people. We're all people that are reaching for the stars. You'll be able to tell when we go into our ideas that we want to do.
Yeah, this is going to become just a very small part of the community we hope to build, because I think what I've seen, you know, I've seen some amazing stuff recently of people that have had, you know, opportunities of agents, and they've been kind of calling out the community to say, come on guys, help. And I've seen, you know, I've found, I mean, we set these challenges up, but I'm finding the story development Thursdays really interesting, because it's making me think about parts of my story that maybe I hadn't thought about, like friendships, for example, and how, you know, and reading other people's posts about friendships and how important they are, and how I hadn't thought about that in my own friendships. So I think, you know, it's all about just kind of expanding our knowledge and making our books as kind of good as they can be, which I love. And that all comes from the community. It doesn't come from us. We just set those prompts out there. What it comes from is you guys participating and sharing your knowledge with each other so that we can all kind of lift each other up, which I love.
Yeah. So that kind of leads us into the name, right? That we want to rebrand as. So we will continue to use the hashtag, the writing community challenge. We'll continue to use that, but where you may have noticed some of us are starting to introduce a hashtag called the writer community. And so we're going to start that direction of rebranding into that, so that we take that out and more of just the writer community. We're building, and we're home craft in our relationships.
Yeah, and some exciting things we've got is the writer community will become a platform. So we're going to have a website for it where we can put all our resources. Because I know at the end of last month we made a resource and we sent it out to everyone that wanted it. It was like a 23-page ebook. And we'll do the same each month, you know, as part of the prompts. As I say, that's going to be one small part of it, but it's going to be, you know, a website with free resources. We're going to have a blog. We're going to looking at doing a podcast. We want like an ARC section. We've actually got so many ideas. And also if you guys have ideas as well, like DM us. But we've got so many ideas, like matching up critique partners, merchandise. I mean, some of these will come sooner. Some of them will be later. Advice columns from like editors and agents and stuff like that. There's so much we want to do that is going to take this from just being kind of like a monthly prompt challenge to kind of a platform, a community, which, you know, these prompts will just be one part of the whole kind of thing. So yeah, we're super excited.
Yeah, I know, like I'm trying to be calm and I'm trying yeah, so we're gonna do this thing, but inside, you guys, we're doing a website. We're gonna have like she said, ARC. So if you're an indie author and you want to get beta readers or you want to get your ARCs out there, you're gonna submit to us. We're gonna put it online. We're gonna put readers. We have all of these big plans to create this hub for us as indie authors, as indie writers, that we can that's for us, because it's being an indie writer, and there are so few, you know, and we're not in this to make money. We were talking about that, like, nice. It's going to be at a cost that covers the cost of making it and then shipping. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Give resources, free resources to other writers. And so, I mean, we have Google Docs out the wazoo of ideas of merchandise, of free merchandise or free resources we can offer, ideas, blog posts. I mean, YouTube pages. You guys are going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're super excited, as you can tell. We're trying to rein it back because we've got so many ideas, and this is something that will be over the next few months. We're kind of planning it out. We've got the website. We're starting to build it up. We're starting to get all these ideas. Like we're using this as like the platform to kind of make it bigger and bigger. So we just wanted to, as I say, we had this spot, so we just wanted to kind of talk it through with you guys and also get your own opinion, because as I say, this is a community thing. We want you guys to let us know, like, for example, like what resources, and this is like an open question out to everyone, what resources do you need? Like, what do you, because I know I follow a lot of different places, and usually a lot of the blogs I follow and a lot of things I follow, they're either publishing houses who eventually want you to buy the books, or they're, you know, writer courses eventually want you to buy the course. So there's only a certain amount of kind of like free stuff out there for us kind of indie authors. And we really want to create something, as Rach said, that is, you know, especially for you guys. So like, let us know, like, what resources do you need? What are you struggling with? What do you want to see online that you haven't been able to see before? Is it like little mini kind of videos of courses? Is it like beat sheets? Is it free ebooks? Whatever it might be, let us know either in the comments now or DM us afterwards. And we want to make sure that we're putting the stuff on there and building this content up that is exactly what you guys need.
Yeah, because again, it's for writers, so we want you guys to feel like your shareholders, like your stakeholders. You are, you know, we want to make sure that this is catered to you guys. And we have some awesome uplifting comments. Matthew says, sweet. Wannabe writer has hard eyes. This is a fantastic idea. Y'all, I really love it. Oh, and then Matthew says, reliable marketing / reviews. I get so many spam emails about that turn out fake.
I get so many of those as well. So many. And I think that's where the arc kind of idea is coming in. It's like not relying on these people that say they're going to give you reviews, whether you pay for them or not, but actually bringing the communities together. I think a really big thing on reviews is that we're all responsible for kind of giving and taking. Like you can only take as much as you give. So that's the idea behind this kind of arc section is, you know, everyone can apply for it. We'll have a section. The people can then go on and we'll announce every month when it's live. And people can go in and request an art copy, obviously do reviews, and it's all about everyone kind of giving back. So when you have done a review, you know, shout it out on Instagram. So we're trying to create that whole kind of review system because it's so important to writers to have actual, as Guy says, arc's a fantastic way to get real reviews of people that have read and loved it, not people that say, oh, we'll review your book and then pay you, if you pay us some money we'll give you a good review. Like real actual reviews that mean something, because you know they never in life you get what you pay for, and those type of things are always a bit shifty, I think.
The blogging guru says, I always love your guys' live, always learn so much. Thank you. We strive to please. Elizabeth says the self-publishing process, that's what I'm searching everywhere for, connecting with authors. And so I think a fun part too of the website would be, because we're going to have a blog on there, but also, you know, Sydney and are going to be pursuing the traditional route. Sky self-publishing, try traditional on a couple others, but you know, it'd be fun for us to document our process with you guys.
100%.
Tips, and we can categorize that and
and if I don't, my book's being published, whatever, so if I don't get the traditional route, it's 100% going self-published. And part of me still doesn't know whether I might still go self-published because of the control you get to keep over your book. So Elizabeth, that's something that I'm super interested in as well. Like all the stuff that I see is like, pay for our self-publishing, you know, thing. It's, you know, I want to see it out there of like, you know, writers that have gone through it, and that, because the people I rely on, like you, Rach, and Sky, and like reaching out to you and say, how did you do this? What did you do when that? And this is what we want to aim to give people, you know, the kind of feeling as if you could just reach out to somebody and they're just letting you know what their process were, giving you the benefit of their experience, and just laying it out really easy for you guys just to kind of go down that route, but also come to us as well and to other people in the community if you need help and if you need kind of that you know, guiding light along that journey.
And one of the things that we were kind of thinking of doing is like Dear Writer Community, kind of like an Dear Abby column where you guys ask questions and we will go and search out those resources to get those answers for you and compile them and put them in a newsletter, or, you know, do a Q&A session at some point and answer it that way. So whatever.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would. So you guys give us ideas of what you want to see on there, questions you want to address, and like we said, we're compiling this huge list of ideas. So, we're starting early because I think we said the beginning of the year. Right?
Yeah. So we aim to kind of launch everything properly, although you'll probably see some things come in dribs and drabs, like we'll probably start rebranding the prompts and start putting some resources together and start sharing what we've done with videos and stuff like that. We'll probably get like a YouTube channel together, but I think the full site will probably be launched around January time, just to give us all a bit of time to set it all up. But you know, with the kind of agony aunt column, it was really interesting because after Sydney and I did our live on Wednesday, a big thing was prologues. And then I got chatting to an editor on Instagram, and I asked her, I was like, I've heard that agents hate prologues. Like, what's up with that? And is it true? If you put a prologue in, will the agent categorically just be like, no, I'm not reading it? And she was like, no, it's just that most prologues are done badly. So often they'll see prologue, and if it's done badly, you're out because you haven't understood the writing skill enough to know what prologue should and shouldn't be. But if you do a good prologue, agents love it and editors love it. So, you know, clearing up misconceptions like that. Somebody might be not putting a prologue into their story, which 100% should be a prologue, which, you know, for the one that I wanted to write next, I was thinking of doing a prologue and it put me off because I thought, oh, agents, you know, won't like that. But actually it's like clearing up those misconceptions with those answers. So I think that will be a really helpful resource for everyone.
Yeah, and you know, a far-fetched dream that I have probably be like 5 years down the line, but it would be so awesome to get together once a year and like do a writing conference or like
100%. A writing retreat somewhere in the mountains.
it'd just be fun to see. It's exciting to see where this is going to go because we are all so excited and committed and devoted to doing this that really the sky's the limit. When you have a team like you have, it's just in a community like you guys, it really is just the sky's the limit.
Yeah, 100%. Matthew has said convention.
Blogging Guru has flamed. Yes.
And Elizabeth said, yes, I don't mind paying, but sometimes you don't know what you're getting. 100%. And I really don't want someone to do the work, but I do need a mentor. Exactly. And that guidance. Exactly. It's having, you know, having the community, and I think it's having us here, but it's actually having you guys there to like help each other out. That's what I've loved. I think Writer Talk Tuesday being a really good example of that, and shout out to Sydney because that was like her original kind of thing that she brought into the community with us. But a lot of the time I don't actually get a chance to comment on all your amazing like posts on that post because there's like 100 comments of just everyone chiming in and saying, oh, great idea, have you thought about this, and what about this? And it's just watching the community kind of come together to like teach each other like their own experiences, and that for me is amazing. And we're just kind of providing the kind of platform for that, and like so that you guys can kind of lift each other up, which I love.
Which is a great segue into one of the things that we want to do in the next month or two, and that's create critique groups. So what we want to do is we want to just create subgroups to the writer community based on genres, historical romance or young adult, whatever the genre,
dark fantasy or like paranormal.
Yep. And then we'll create, you know, conversation groups, and then people can get together and we can create these groups where we're talking and where we're go ahead and take it up. I have somebody at my
So the idea is, will everyone get together and we'll provide a platform for this. And I think the key thing that we're trying to figure out at the moment is where is the best place for this to live, because I feel like messages on Instagram can get a little bit cluttered. I've heard some good things about Discord, which I know some people use, and I know some people have suggested the idea of just having these kind of private Facebook groups that are part of a bigger group where people can join and discuss that genre, and you know, and people can critique, etc. So it'd be really interesting for you guys that are on here whether, you know, where you think that kind of thing should live, because I think it's, you know, I know for my genre and even for looking at other genres, it's really handy to have people that write the same genre as you, that you can answer certain questions and you can kind of help each other learn. So, you know, Discord, Facebook groups, or Instagram or somewhere else. You know, I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are as to where that would best live.
Yeah, and you know, it'll be good, especially with Nano coming up, for those of us competing in Nano or starting work in progress. If we establish those critique groups now, you know, we'll find the relationships that we click personalities, and then we can create those, you know, lifelong critique partners that we have to improve our writing. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get again, because it's been fun.
It can be really daunting trying to find a critique partner because it's a relationship that you want to really nurture, and it takes time to build. So it's something that can be hard. It usually happens quite organically. So something in these kind of critique groups, you can get to know each other as a whole, and then people can break off into kind of pairs or smaller groups if they want to kind of help each other critique their writing. So I think it's a really nice way of helping people form those matches and those relationships in like a more organic way than just kind of, you know, go out and find a critique partner on Instagram when, you know, it can be quite hard to foster that. Fine for beta readers, as we've spoken about in previous lives, because they're much more of a, you know, a shorter relationship. But, you know, it's not so much for critique partners where you need to invest a lot more time. Yeah,
so it's exciting. A lot of people are saying, yes, they want that. Elizabeth is. She's so excited for this. Dude, girl, so are we. So are we.
And Grumpy Girl Right says she agrees with Discord or Facebook. It'd be really interesting to see who on here uses Discord, because I don't.
Yeah,
my fiance told me about it. He was the one that told me apparently it's like Slack but different. So for you guys that use Slack, but does anyone on here actually use Discord? Do you find it, you know, good in the writing community? Wait a few moments for comments, because that's something I'd be really interested in.
Yeah.
Matthew says he uses Discord for D&D. Yeah, my partner works in gaming, so I think that's where like he meets or talks to a lot of his kind of gaming kind of contacts and colleagues. So that, you know, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Grumpy Girl writes, I used it for a writing group and it's great.
Awesome.
Cool. That's awesome.
We'll look into that. And a lot of
Good
these,
to know.
Yeah, a lot of these ideas that we bring up, you guys, we will we'll cultivate them within our 4-person group, and then can you hear my children home from school and is my sidebar. My 3-year-old will go into my 7-year-old's bedroom as soon as she leaves for school and take all of her shiny things that she likes. And my 3-year-old just presents everything she's stolen to her, you know, from her room, and then so it's just, I'm just like, wow, and hormone.
I love that. It's like a treasure hunt for your 3-year-old as soon as your other daughter goes to school.
She's like, Mama, I went in Haley's room, and I'm like, but anyways, back on course. We're bringing up. We're gonna, you know, talk about them more within our group of 4 that we have. We'll take into account any comments that you guys give us, and then we'll probably post polls on each of our stories.
Yeah.
To gauge more interest, and so
you
guys' vote type of a thing to see where we want to go. And if we do the critique groups, you know, we'll put those up. Are you YA? Yes or no? If you click yes, then we'll start you guys in a group. Historical fiction, you know, all of that. So this isn't the last that you've heard of it. We're all talkative people. So
yeah, exactly. We're going to do polls. We're going to get people's, you know, more people's ideas. I know that I've seen a few more comments. No idea what Discord is, so I vote Facebook. Another person said, I think it's good for writing, but it's hard to join unless you're in a niche group. I'm having trouble finding one for writing because I don't pay for anyone's Patreon. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Group me, because I know my husband some games, Clash Clans, I think, whatever, and they do group me, and so that's another I don't know how it compares to Discord because I've never used it. We'll look into all the different options.
Yeah. I mean, the most important thing is it's something that everyone can use, everyone's familiar with, everyone's comfortable with. Because the most important thing isn't necessarily the platform we use, but it's the, you know, the ability of everyone getting together and you know, being able to communicate with each other. So we'll keep on kind of thinking about that one, and communicate with you guys with a poll hopefully soon.
Yes. So should we dive into live?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you take that one away. I've been talking a lot.
So basically the lives, obviously we're loving doing them. We're doing more this month, and I think it's working out really well having more lives, because I feel like you know, not everyone can make every single live, so it's nice to kind of spread them throughout the month with a couple of times. I think a few things that I'd love to know from you guys is like when. You know, we've done a few different ones. On Wednesday we did a super early morning. Now we're doing more of like a lunchtime. I know there's also, you know, we could do later on, you know, more kind of like nighttime Pacific time, which would be like 6 a.m. my time, because obviously we're working a lot of different people's time zones. But like, I'd be really interested to see kind of when people find lives more accessible, whether it's lunchtime, whether it's morning, or whether it's evening, basically. So put your comments in. I'd love to see, and we'll do another poll on that as well, because we want to make sure that we're doing these lives at times that suit you guys, because what you've probably found is that we really like them to be interactive, and we make sure we read all the comments, and we make sure we include you guys in the discussion. Because I personally love it when I'm on a live and I comment and people respond, whereas I've been on other lives before and I'm commenting away and, you know, I don't really feel part of the discussion. So we want to make sure that's a thing. And Living Boundaries is asking, Instagram lives or YouTube lives? I love afternoon and evening lives. So at the moment, Instagram lives, but we will be setting up a YouTube channel. So that will also be for kind of future. We might do YouTube lives as well.
Yeah.
To try and get more people on and expand that reach a bit.
And moving our IGTVs that we have our lives, we'll also be uploading that to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
they're all in one place, so you guys don't have to figure out, oh gosh, when they were talking about romances, did Sydney host that or did Megan?
Yeah.
All of that. So it'll be all.
Yeah, because we've noticed that I've only got a few, you've only got a few, and then it gets a bit bitty. Okay, Elizabeth says I enjoy afternoon and evening as well. Okay, that's good to know.
I know most of us work and have jobs, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, so inconvenient. Those day job things. Why do we do that? Oh yeah, we have to pay the bills so that we can do this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, probably afternoons. Otherwise, I'll sleep through anytime they're on. Oh, bye.
Yeah, fair. Bye, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, so we'll do.
That's good to know.
Stupid job. That's what it was. And then also, so we're starting something new this month, and we've only had one so far, but a live where we bring on a guest. Are you guys enjoying that? Do you want to see more of that? Do you want to see less of that? What kind of guests do you want us to bring on?
Yeah.
So let us know about that too, because we, Sky, dang day job, watch live work. Because we love bringing on guests because they can give us insight into something.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, you guys let us know, comment or DM us and let us know what you want to see. And
yeah, I've really enjoyed having the guests, just because, as you say, it kind of brings in something new. And I think we've been talking about trying to theme the guest lives as well. Like we've been thinking about how to kind of encourage people to maybe try different genres. And we could, have a kind of a live where we get someone from a specific genre to talk about how their genre is different and how to write in that genre. Now, I'd be really interested in how people write horror, because I've never written horror at all. I'd love to watch a live on an author talk about how they write horror. So it's kind of really giving these lives kind of different themes and trying to like learn something different from them. So
yeah,
we've talked through the basics now, but kind of expanding that a bit more.
It'd be fun to do something like calling it, so this is how we're brainstorm sessions. Oh my gosh.
It's a Friday.
Work, guys. So we'll just talk and we come up with ideas. So here's a new idea. What about if we did even something like the Writer Community University, where we have people that are, fluent in those different genres, like horror, and it's like horror 101, and we have a live.
Exactly. Guest blogs, guest lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The elements of the story. This is what you need to write poetry, write, horror or whatever. And so
100%. I love that. See, I'd love to learn more about genres, because
you
can get very trapped in your own genre, and it can be daunting to kind of step out of it. But actually, sometimes stepping out of your own genre can make you a better writer. And actually, when you go back to your normal genre, it can help you expand your kind of own knowledge. Like I was telling Rach, I'd love to learn more about murder mysteries and how to write those, because I always feel like they create amazing plot twists. It would be great when I write fantasy, because then you get that element of that plot twist in there. So there's so much you can learn, and I love that idea of the university, kind of having these little talks.
I feel like when you're reading outside your genre and when you're talking to people outside your genre, you're always able to learn something from whatever life. You're always able to learn something, and it's important to take what you learn and bring it back to your wheelhouse and create a new depth to whatever it is.
Definitely.
Whether it's a hobby or your job or writing, whatever it is, you never want to stop learning, and you never want to paint yourself in a corner and say, no, that doesn't pertain. I'm not going to learn anything.
Yeah.
Read horror, but you can learn how to do suspense, because every book has a suspenseful situation. So you're always going to learn.
And that's for everything in life.
Yeah.
That's something one of the people at my work always says, take holidays, do different things, have hobbies, because at the end of the day, you then bring new experiences back into work, and you have new ideas that you can then bring into work. So that's literally with everything, experimentation. Yeah. I think we forget that as we get older. As kids, we play and we experiment with different things. As we get older as adults, we don't play anymore. We don't experiment anymore. We just say, okay, I have this time today and I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do this. And I've achieved my goals, but I haven't actually, played or learned anything new or tried anything out new, because we tend to just do what we like. So I love that idea.
Yeah. Hey, quick question, guys. What are your feelings and thoughts about live writing sprints? I've never done one. I've never participated in one. I know they're a thing. But do you guys want us to experiment with that? Is it not something that you're interested in?
Yeah, I'm really interested in this one because it feels odd for me to be on camera doing nothing, like not speaking, just sitting there writing. Like, I feel like I'd be okay with it if I just put like a stopwatch in front of the screen. Yeah. I'm like, okay, guys, yeah, here's your stopwatch.
Yeah. Oh, Drew, yeah. Try it.
But yeah, it feels odd. But yeah, interested in whether you guys would even bother. Would you want to tune into that, or is it just handy to say, hey, we're writing at this time, just to give you guys like a kind of a time to write?
So Drew says try it and see what happens, and that's usually my approach in life too. So I'm down for trying it. And then Sky says terrified of having you all stare at us. But like, you know, Megan and I were talking this morning, you know, or no, we were talking about this very topic, and she's like, I don't know if people want to like sit there and watch me talk to myself for an hour,
or like eat snacks.
Yeah.
Or like, or actually something I do while I'm writing, I'm like, Megan, this is terrible. Megan, why are you writing? This is just terrible. Why are you writing this? This is awful. Okay, get on to the next sentence. Okay, this is better. Yes, this is good. I like this. Yeah. And I'll do like little kind of like victory dances when I've written something I'm really happy with. And then someone will have to watch me do that.
Be a great live, Megan. So I'm now convincing me that this is something we need to do.
Maybe.
Grumpy Girl says it's awkward, but it really forces you to be productive.
True. Yeah, true.
Yeah, Matthew says I'd probably nervously talk to break the silence. I know, me too.
100%. So, like staring at you guys.
Yeah, so maybe
okay, cool. Yeah. Well, we might introduce that. Do we want to talk about roundtable workshops, or do we want to talk about Nano next?
Let's do roundtable workshops.
Yeah. So one idea we've had as well, and this is again something that you guys would be interested in doing, is we're thinking about hosting either on IG or Zoom or YouTube, probably more on Zoom or YouTube because we can get a number of people in, but doing like more of like a round table style where people can actually be on camera and talk, and we can have more of like a workshop style event. And I'm just interested whether you guys would actually want to do that. Would you do you find it too intrusive? Do you prefer just being on here and being able to comment? Or would you actually like the opportunity to be in more of like a Zoom workshop where, you know, you can talk and we can all have like a conversation together? So I'd be interested in seeing people's opinions and feelings on that. Yeah,
Matthew says I'm game.
Cool.
I think it would be great because it would just take it one step further in connecting the community and like really, you know, putting the names if you want to do that. Otherwise you can turn off your camera.
Yeah.
But to have like an open discussion and dialogue, I think is so important.
And we'd lay out like a theme, and we'd lay out kind of, you know, what we'll be talking about, and we'd have a structure. So it wouldn't be too just kind of free for all, sitting there wondering what to talk about. So we'd have like a theme and structure, which I think would be quite nice. So pretty much probably what you're doing at work at the moment, or everyone getting on a gallery Zoom call and hashing things out, but in like an environment of kind of talking about what we're passionate about, etc.
Yeah, and we were talking about it would probably be at the end of the month so that we would have the month to reflect on and to talk about and see what worked and what didn't work, and, you know, just what we learned and that. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, okay, cool. That's good to hear your guys' feedback on that.
Yeah.
We've got
people speaking up in the comments. Send any one of us a DM about this.
Yeah, definitely. Or about
your thoughts or opinions, and, you know, we'll actively talk about them and discuss them.
Yeah, 100%. So we've got 20 minutes left. I think we'll move on to kind of more of the kind of next few months thing. And the one thing we want to kind of find out from you guys, because obviously I know that NaNoWriMo is fast approaching, which is super exciting. I know all of us in our community, we're going to be starting a new project in Nano. So we're thinking of October, November, December. You know, do we base it around, you know, October prepping, November talking about your new whip, and then December more of like an editing? However, we don't want to do that if you guys, and we are going to do a poll on this, but that's what we're thinking about doing, but we don't necessarily want to do that if you guys aren't going to be participating in Nano. So it's just interesting to find out from you if that's something you're doing, if you feel it's something the community will be doing. And if so, we can base our prompts around that to help you guys prep and stay on track for Nano.
Yeah, because we don't want to make, because there's going to be so many Nano challenges out there already.
Yeah.
Number one, we don't want to get lost in the crowd, but then don't want to alienate our community. You know, if 75% of you aren't Nano, then you're not going to participate in the month's prompts because it doesn't protect you.
Exactly.
So be honest, there's no right or wrong answer. This community that we're building is for you guys, and so we want to hear your voice, and we want to include as many people as we can.
Yeah, this is where having like the Zoom forum is quite good, because you can do polls, and then everyone can just quickly vote on whether they're doing Nano or not. But yeah, no, I'm really interested. And I say, well, we'll be doing like a poll for this as well, so to get everyone's kind of reaction on it, because it feels for me, because Nano was the first thing that I discovered as a writer, so it feels to me like Nano is like the biggest thing in the writing calendar. But I don't know if that's necessarily the feeling for everyone. Like, some people, I'll talk to them, they're like, they've never heard of Nano, which is, you know, I think it's just because it was the first thing in the writing community I discovered. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And like, I have like a personal goal to always start something new every single Nano. So what I'm working on right now, I started last Nano, and my big goal is to finish the first draft before the next Nano comes around, so that I can start my new first draft. And I'm kind of keeping myself to a fairly, you know, easy schedule of like one draft, you know, one WIP a year that's drafted, but it kind of keeps me on track. So I really love that about Nano.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be starting a new project this Nano, and it'll be the first time in like 3 or 4 years that I'm a new project, and so I'm really excited about that. I'm actually going to. You said that you were going to be dancing it, and I'm going to be. So
Are you?
Roll. So this is.
Yeah, I'm going to experiment. I've started like jotting my ideas down, but I'm not going to do what I usually do. I'm not going to fill out my book bible. I'm not going to go all over the top. I'm not going to do like interviews of every single one of my characters. I'm not going to plan out, because one thing I found in, you know, as I'm nearing the end of this first draft, is so much have changed. I looked back at my outline the other day and I laughed, because I've completely gone off of it. I was like, oh yeah, I was going to do that. So I've actually realized that maybe I just wasted loads of time and like just spending too much time plotting and planning. So yeah, I'm going to be pantsing this Nano, and I'm going to see how that goes.
Exciting.
One of your writers said, last Nano I wondered what on earth was going on, and I did feel a bit left out. I feel like last year was the year that Nano really exploded for everyone. Like, I don't know, it felt like it was a lot more kind of out there and mainstream. Maybe because it's the first one I did, so I was a lot more aware of it. But yeah, so we're going to do a poll on that. We'll let you guys know. But you know, we're thinking, we like the idea of dedicating each month to a theme, just because we feel like it kind of gives a framework. Like, I don't know if you noticed last month, but it was very much around, we started off in the first week all about first drafts and planning, and the second week was all about kind of your writing craft, and the third week was all about editing, and then the last week was all about marketing and publishing. And we continued that theme through our Writer Talk Tuesdays, through our lives, and eventually with the resource we sent out to you guys, it had it all categorized. And then this month we're doing more kind of we've still got those themes running throughout, and we'll still have that resource having those themes. So we're trying to do that for every single one, just to, you know, October will be all about planning and all the different elements of planning and prepping, and, you know, getting that all sorted. And so, you know, we will do a poll on whether people like that or not, but I feel like it sets it up quite nicely to organize things.
This month, you know, we're talking about the first week was beginning, and then middle, ends, and then overall, you know, all together. So let us know if you have an idea for a theme that can be carried through the entire month. Let us know, because, you know, we're always looking for ideas.
Yeah, definitely. So that was Nano. So we kind of talked about the themes. So yeah, so I think, you know, that's kind of what we're thinking. It'd be really interesting for you guys, if you want to DM us afterwards, just to see if you've got any like other ideas around that. And as I say, we'll be doing lots of polls to discuss it. And, you know, October's still 2 weeks away, or not even that, we've only really done 1 week. So we've still got a lot of time to build that up. So we're just trying to give ourselves enough time to make sure that we can like include the feedback from you guys and what you want to see.
And, you know, like we were saying, we have big plans for this, and we're just so excited to get started and to really get in. And one of my favorite things that we're doing is we want to try and have at some point merchandise that you can buy, and it's so fun because we're coming up with all these like sayings for mugs or shirts or posters for different kinds of stickers to do, and it's just, it's just gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it.
I'm excited for the stickers. I don't know about you guys, I love stickers. Maybe it's because I work in tech, and in tech we love stickers, but they are the best thing to me. They're so easy, like just to gather and put them on your notebook and put them on your computer. Yeah, they're so great. I love them. And then Sky says she's so excited. Sky also loves stickers as well.
Yes.
We are big sticker fiends.
Yeah. Mouth full of teeth. Full of feet. Anyway.
So if anyone's got any more questions for us, that's pretty much all we wanted to talk about. So if anyone's got any more questions, we'll give you guys maybe 5 more minutes, or not even that, a few more minutes, just to kind of just to put them in. But yeah, I think the big takeaway from this, guys, is that we've loved doing it so far. We've got so many more, ideas coming. There's so much more going to be happening. This prompts is going to be one tiny part of it soon, and so we're really excited to kind of get your guys' feedback and just see, as I say, this is all about the community, and it's all about us doing this for you guys. So don't hesitate just to reach out to us, send us DMs, give us ideas, say what you'd like to see, and we'd love that. We'd absolutely welcome that.
Yeah, we're all very approachable. We're all very laid back. We're funny. We're nice. I promise. We are so nice. Don't be scared to DM us, because we want to know your guys' thoughts and what you want to see and what we can do to make this a better experience, and to what you want to see to help hone your craft, to create more relationships. So
100%. Amazing. And Wannabe Rice says, sounds amazing, really excited. So are we. Yeah. We are so excited. We talk every day about this, and we give each other, we've got a whole massive document of all our ideas, and really? We are super excited. So we can't wait.
It's going to be amazing. And the mugs, I just want to say this about the mugs, because I'm a huge coffee drinker and a huge mug collector. They're not going to be like basic. They're going to be nice, like oversized, cool shape, like awesome, with artwork, and it'll just be
proper mugs.
Yes.
Yeah, proper mugs. I don't know, I don't think we've probably got any UK folks on here, but there's a kind of a running joke about the Sports Direct mug, which for some reason, I don't know, whenever you buy, there's a sports shop called Sports Direct. Whenever you buy something from there, I don't know how, but you'd always get given this massive mug, and it's the biggest mug. It's probably about 2 mugs in one. Massive. I'll try and post a picture of it on my stories or something to give you guys some scale. But every workplace, every office in the UK will have at least 10 of these Sports Direct mugs stashed away somewhere in the cupboard, and everyone always fights over them because you can probably fit about 3 cups of tea or coffee in one of those mugs. Yeah, it's like that size, maybe even a little bit bigger. Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger actually. They're massive mugs.
Send me
for
one.
us Brits anyway.
Send me one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure. I think Sports Direct might have gone out of business now, or they don't sell the mugs anymore. But I'm sure there's a lot floating around on eBay that people are probably selling.
Probably. All right.
Amazing.
All we have, like we said, just DM us with any comments. If you joined us late, this will be saved in the IGTV just in a couple minutes on my page, so you can go back and watch and just get an idea of what we have planned for the next few months, and then long term for the writer.
And then if you are watching this and you've just joined offline, so you're not part of it now, if you are watching it, please DM us all your ideas, because obviously you won't have been commenting, but can you just send us any ideas you have, what times you want the lives to be, what you think of our ideas, whether you like them or not. DM us. We really want to hear from you, honestly. We'll be really chuffed if you do.
Yeah, and we're writers, so we all have thick skin, so if you don't like something that was tell us too. We may block you, but our feelings won't go.
We won't. As long as you say it nicely. Constructive criticism is always good.
Yeah, the emoji will be good.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. It's been great to speak to you.
Great weekend.
Yes, everyone have an amazing weekend.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.